Welcome everybody back to Boost in Motion and Boost in Foreigns, guys, because I am putting this video up on both my channels. We're going to be reviewing an AZDOME dash camera. This is the M660. I'm going to put links below directly and the promo code so you can get some percentage off on your order. So guys, let's go. Let's jump into the video. First thing, shout out to my whole Boost in Motion, who's Boost in Foreigns family. Much love. I appreciate you guys for your support. So like I said, I'm going to be doing a review on the AZDOME today. This camera is going to have, repeat, not one, not two, not three, but 4 cameras, and it's pretty much going to give you a 360 look with a digital display. So guys, in the next 2, 4, 6, 10, this will be on the dash. Let's go. And just like that, we have the camera installed. Now, there will be a touchscreen here. These are the 2 cameras that can be rotated in any direction, almost any direction that you need it to. Same thing for this side. And there's also a camera on this side that's facing towards the street. You have an additional camera that you can plug in and route to the back of the vehicle as your rear camera with the extension. There also are going to be little clips and stuff that you can organize it, put it under anywhere you want to run it. But this is long enough to run to the back. Now, I do want to get to some of the specs for the camera before I actually show you. So you'll get about 128 gigabytes of included storage. There is no expandable storage with this one. So that is the first takeaway that I do not like about it. Number 2, the camera quality, because you guys care more about the camera quality. So if you're just using the front camera, just want to zoom in there for you. Bear with me, guys. Let me see if I could bear with me. So front camera is, you see it's 4K, 2K, and 1K, right? That's depending on how much cameras you plug in. So if you have 2-channel now, 2-channel, that will give you 4K, then 4K, then 2K, then 1K. So, and 3-channel, this all depends on how much cameras you have. So if you have 2 cameras, that's what it is. If you have 3 cameras, and if you have all 4 cameras. So the main camera is going to go down to 1440. Okay, guys? So anyways, let me plug in the camera now. This can be plugged in through a cigarette lighter, and you'll use a Type-C to plug it in. And let me just plug it in on video. Bear with me, guys. And then the video is going to switch right over, and I'm going to use that video, or the video from the camera and the voice from the camera. So it should start turning on here, and it's going to start saying it's recording soon enough. Give me a second. All right. It's on. You can see the digital display. It's not touchscreen. All right, so what I also want to include is these side cameras, 1 and 2, they actually record night vision mode. The front one can't, the back one can't, but these ones can, because usually if you're driving at night, it's dark in the car. Usually the lights is lit up, and the way that they do the editing or the control of brightness and the lightness in the front and back camera is a little different. But for the side ones, you can't really control that. So these have these little sensors, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, so you can see at night. Now recorded and started. Now it should be showing me. Now you can see me there. Now I'm going to turn off this camera, and we're going to switch over to the AZDOME camera. So I want to make sure you can see me. If you guys can see, I can rotate it. And this other camera is also plugged in. So as it's going, I'm going to show it. As I said, the rear camera is going to look like one of these 2 ones to the side, and it's going to have a similar quality out the back. But all the video and audio is now going to be coming off of here. So now what we're going to do next, guys, bear with me. You guys can see me. We're going to do going on a quick drive. We're going to go around the block. I just want you guys to see how the car looks and everything, and how it sounds like. I'm in this tight parking spot too in a 7 Series. Also, I want to say shout out to AZDOME. Hey, give me a second. Also want to shout out AZDOME, because they've also been sending me dash cameras to review for at least 5-6 years now, and I appreciate it. I'm one of the few YouTubers they always hit up for new cameras, and I actually made them a first video before this, but I didn't do a good job. So I wanted to redo this review a lot better so that I can deliver to them. They sent me their camera. They wanted me to do a proper review, and you guys know I'm super anal about stuff, and I try my best to nitpick and help out the community, the car community. So I think it's fair to give them a good enough video that they should be appreciative and thankful for. So once again, appreciate you, AZDOME, for doing that. Anyways, so understand this camera is going to come with an app. this app you're not going to use to live stream. You can't live stream off the app. But what you could do with the app is look at, we got some cheeks, guys. With the app, you can also download these videos to your phone or to your computer, or you can plug it in too. You can plug it in directly to your computer. So there's ways to get your video and everything. Now, just like most cameras, there's like a shock to the camera. So what I mean by shock is when you automatically plug the camera in, every time you turn it on and off, it'll automatically start recording and it'll loop. It'll loop that. You can use this for like Uber, Lyft, or if you do any deliveries with food or whatever, right? But bear with me. All right. I think I'll park. I'll park on that side. Bear with me, guys. Let me park on that side and talk on that side. I think it's a little bit better green area. Plus, it gives you guys more video to look at. So, as I'm doing this, I'm probably cycling through the different cameras to see the different quality. In my opinion, because I've done it already, the main front camera gives the best quality. I want you guys to know that right now. The front main camera gives the best quality, especially if it's the only camera you're using. And I actually do like the front camera. The side cameras, the quality is not as good. It's a little bit blurry, but if you look at other dash cameras, they're very similar. They just don't have, when you add so much cameras to it, there's only but so much memory built in that this can actually record everything and continue to record everything in high quality. It's like a cell phone, you know, they're a lot more different. There's a completely similar design, but their uses are different. So that's just what it is. So there's also something called the G sensor that I told you guys about. You can set that to off, low, medium, middle, and high. Pretty much what happens with this one is, like, let's say you're driving a car and someone hits you, right? So what it'll do is it'll automatically save a certain amount of seconds before and after into a file in there. It's like an emergency set file. Pretty much that's it. Yes, you can automatically was recording, but because of the accident, it'll lock in. Remember, this will loop. This continues to loop, so some of the memory would be deleted if you didn't have it like actually record that specific time frame before and after, so that you can always have that evidence. This is really good for, like I said, the Uber, Lyft, and food delivery guys. You can also use this dash cam for parking guard. Pretty much, you can hardwire this to your car, and it can be used to record if anyone's trying to endanger or break your car, if you guys know what I mean. So because it's pretty much 360 view, you have it shooting forward, you have the camera shooting back, and you can have these shooting side. These are the in-cabin shots, or any of the side shots you want to get, and you want to poke it out like this or whatever, you can do that also. So that's actually, I think that's actually pretty cool. What it breaks down here is you have auto off and impact detection parking mode. When the car is off, the car's engine and the key is put to the lock position, the car will stop continuous recording and enter impact detection mode. While in impact detection mode, if the car is hit with enough force to reach the G-shock sensor, the camera will turn on and become recording for 1 continuous minute. This video will be saved and locked in the EMR. Right? Normal recording, after the car is turned off and the key is locked, the camera is now in impact detection mode. If the car gets hit, an impact G-sensor camera would automatically lock and save the looping clip. So pretty much very similar. Time lapse, the same thing. While the car is off, the camera will lock and save the current locking time lapse video before returning to time lapse of 1 frames per second recording. Okay, and motion detection. After turning vehicle off, okay, the camera will remain on but idle. The LCD screen will turn off after 15 seconds. The front camera now records only short videos when it detects motion in its front lens. It continues to record until there is no more detected movement. While the motion detection mode, if someone hits the car and reaches the G sensor impact level, the camera stops motion detection and begins to record 1 minute continuous video that is saved and locked in the EMR folder. When starting the car next time, the camera automatically exits motion detection and enters into normal mode. Now, for the last thing I want to speak about is the GPS mode. So, what you can do when you download all the videos, right? You can actually download the AZDOME GPS player, right? You can actually see where that video was recorded based on the GPS. Also on top of that, this dash cam could also record time, most of the time info, speed. It can record most of what other dash cams could do. So all in all, I'm gonna give you guys my personal opinion. So I'm gonna switch off this camera and I'm gonna switch on me so we can talk a little bit more. All right, guys. So I want to bring this to a close, and I want to talk a little bit more in my personal opinion on reviewing these dash cams over the last 5 years. Now, I gotta be honest with you guys. This is like a channel where we like to do performance car stuff, race, but also some of you guys may have a job where you drive for your living. And can this dash cam complete what you need to get done? First thing, you need a dash cam that can record good quality video. This has a check mark on that. Number two, you need a dash cam that have almost all 360 view. This checks off that box, because some dash cams only do front and or the back. This one gives you 2 extra that goes to the side for in-cabin both sides, and you can actually pick up the best preference. You still have some blind spots depending on how you have those 2 cameras listed, but it covers a big amount of, well, guess what, area. All right, next thing, right, we need a camera that can plug in, that's easily to be installed. It uses a Type-C plug-in. You can probably make it a regular cigarette plug-in. Also, this can be hardwired to the car. You need the camera to be able to run even when you're not in the car. You can do that when you hardwire this properly, and it will remain on loop. You need a camera that can work at night, especially if you drive at night. They have camera that will be pointing inside the car for your own safety and the safety of your occupants in the car, right? You need a camera that has enough memory. Now, this one gives 128 gigabytes of internal memory. I don't know how much hours that is. I am very wary about that, but I do know the quality goes down as you add more cameras, which means you probably have less space that's going onto the internal memory card. So this is something that I guess you don't want a lot of useless information, if you know what I mean. So I guess it makes sense for it to keep looping a lot of stuff, because there's no point of filling up SD cards, filling them up. It'll be unnecessary. So it'd be best to have it on loop, and whenever there is an accident, right, you need a camera that can be able to record accidents when you don't want to go and press start or record or whatever. You want it to automatically do it when you start your shift, or automatically record those 1-minute incidents before and after because you got into an accident. And now this is a way to protect you and also to protect anybody else who's in the road, because it's somebody who has a camera for a dash camera. That's just what it is, right? Now, I think those are some of the very much positive things about this camera. Now, I particularly would love an expandable memory card. I think that's another thing on top of the built-in, because some people might want to put a micro SD terabyte in there. You never know. That's just what it is, right? They may want to do that, or they want the terabyte because maybe they're just going to use the front camera on 4K. So you might blow through 128 kind of quick on a shift. You never know, or whatever they may be doing for their life. That's the only downside I could really sit there and see from looking at this. I think, in my own personal opinion, I just really wish that the other cameras' qualities were just a little bit better. Yes, the front-facing camera is really good quality, right? But the side cameras and the back one, they're not as good quality. I get it. This will bring up the price of these cameras a lot more. And if you look at the price of, let's say, other cameras on the market, like GoPros, your cell phone cameras, you can't ever compare it, right? They're giving you a device that can be installed quickly, conveniently. You can take it out relatively easy. You can snap it off this. It's easy. They give you everything that you need. I honestly really wish there was another thing. I would say, I said in my last video, and it doesn't really apply here, I wish when you unplugged it that there was an internal battery, but that internal battery will probably go bad over time, so we don't really need an internal battery. That would be something that would have to be replaced over time, so it's best just to keep it a device that can just plug in and only use when it's plugged in. But I kind of wish it was an internal battery. That will say that the second downfall next to the expandable. But other than that, this screen isn't touchscreen. You don't really need it to be touchscreen. That's fine. The mic to me is pretty good. It sounds a little bit muffled, but it's okay. It's audible. That's what you need it to do, right? You guys understand. You guys will know what I mean. So all in all, if I was a person that worked in Uber, Lyft, or I delivered for a living, I want to protect my car, I want to protect my occupants, I want to protect my property, I think this camera definitely checks off most amount of boxes compared to the market. Price wise, I think this is somewhere around $300, but I think this is somewhere around $300, but I will have a promo code below from AZDOME. This is directly for you guys because they've always banged. You guys definitely bought cameras from them. Usually I'll do a review. You guys actually go and buy the cameras. So they made a promo code precisely for you guys that you guys can use to save some money. I think I'll put an Amazon link below and the promo and everything like that. And honestly, I just want to say thank you, man. Thank you, AZDOME, for sending me this camera. Guys, definitely check it out. You don't have to use all 4 cameras. That's the dope part about it. Yes, you can probably get a cheaper camera that just does 1 or 2. I completely agree with you. But if you're the type, if you have the lifestyle where you're doing this type of fun stuff, if you know what I mean, street stuff or racing stuff, this camera seems like it gives you a good 360 view of that, and it's very useful. It's very useful. It's very useful, and it's the best way to protect yourself. Other than that, there's nothing else I could really add in all my honest opinion. I think this camera, I may end up keeping it. I may not. The other ones in the past, I never had a use for it, but this one seems like it checks off a lot of the boxes, even for me. My car already has cameras installed in it just in case someone hits or break it, but other than that, like, I may keep this camera. So once again, shout out to my whole Boost in Motion family, my Boost in Foreigns family. I really appreciate you guys for your support. Once again, the best way to support me is to buy from my sponsors. You know, support them because they support the channel. But otherwise than that, guys, you have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. I appreciate it. You guys have a good day. Thank you.